Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. So today in this short video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make a website for your restaurant. So we're going to walk through a very simple, cheap platform. It's only $9 a month for the platform. So it's super affordable for independent restaurant owners. That's who this is for. But basically, we're going to walk through, and I found a restaurant that doesn't have a website, and I'm just going to create a website for them. I'll post the link below. So if you want to skip ahead in this video, or you just want to click on the link and see the website that's created during this video to kind of get a feel for it, you can go ahead and do that. But we're going to take a real life business, specifically a restaurant. And I'm going to show you, if you own a restaurant, how to create a website for your restaurant as well. That's super affordable and really easy to do too. So here's the restaurant. It is in Oneonta, New York, Toscana Northern Italian Grill. And so you can see here, here's their Google profile. Here is their Facebook page. And then if you look over here, I searched the business name, there's no website that I could find. And so, if you're watching this video, you probably realize a website's pretty important, especially in a competitive space of local businesses like restaurants. But when you don't have a website, it makes it harder to find your business, which means less people who can become customers and patrons of your restaurant. So just like your Google business profile, your Facebook page, you got to complete that trifecta and have a website too. Kind of ties it all together and gives you something, whether you're handing out business cards or you do a flyer or you sponsor an event in your community. Tell people, hey, here's my website, visit and find out more, find my menu, order online, any of those things. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over here to Mighty Sites, and you can click on launch or start free trial. I have an account already, so I'm just going to go in here and type in restaurant. And as you can see, there's all these different restaurant templates that populate. I'm just going to go with like the basic, because this doesn't look like a vegan restaurant or Mexican restaurant, anything like that. So I'm just going to go with the basic restaurant theme. And now I start filling out this simple questionnaire. So it's super quick and easy to do. It's like the business. They kind of have two names. So let's go with this one here, because this is what their Google business profile says. So let's keep that consistent. And then they are in Oneonta, New York, and then their restaurant. So let's click continue. And the phone number for the restaurant is right here. So let's copy that over from the profile and paste it in. There's a phone number. Let's see if there's an email address anywhere. Sometimes there is. Yep. So here's a contact email address on the Facebook page. So I'm going to copy the email address and paste that in as well. Click continue. All right, let's find the address, 76 Chestnut Street, Oneonta. All right, so let's put that in, 76 Chestnut Street, Oneonta, New York. Let's see the zip code 13820. 13820. Okay. Now I click continue, and now it's going to ask me for when the restaurant's open, right? That's a very natural question once I've selected restaurant. So closes at 4 p.m. So it looks like they're closed Tuesday, and then they're open 4 to 9 on Monday. So the hours, this is definitely good because the hours are a little different. So let's see, 4 o'clock p.m. There we go. And then they open at 4 o'clock p.m. and they close at 9 p.m. Okay. Close at 9 p.m. All right. So those are the hours for Monday. What other days are you open those hours? Let's see. Close Tuesday, but 4 to 9 on Wednesday and 4 to 9 on Sunday. Okay. So Wednesday and Sunday, they have those hours. Let's continue. Time do you open on Tuesdays? It said they were closed Tuesdays. Which other days are you closed? It looks like they're just closed on Tuesdays. Okay, so just no other days. Time are you open on Thursday? So the questionnaire guides you through really easily, right? So Thursdays 4 to 9:30. So again, let's jump in here, 4 p.m. There we go, until 9:30 p.m. And then I think that's the same hours Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. So Thursday, Friday. So and same Friday, Saturday. So there we go. So now, just like that, we've gotten the basic information about the business in here. So if all that looks good, which I think it does, where you click on looks good next, And now what's going to happen is Mighty Sites is going to automatically generate a simple professional website for this restaurant. So when you're going to build a website for your restaurant, what makes this platform so simple and easy to use is that it automatically pulls in the images, it pre-writes the copy for you, it pulls in all the hours and answers to the questions from the questionnaire. So you can see the business location here, the phone number with the little phone icon. So it automatically gets you started with a simple professional website with the restaurant theme. Now, from there, it's really easy to make basic edits to this site. And again, this is meant to be a simple, affordable, professional looking website for small businesses. That's why it's only $9 a month. So if I go in here, maybe I want to add the Facebook page. So I click on update section and I'm going to go over here. Let's find this restaurant's Facebook page. Here it is. So let's go, just going to make sure I'm on the main part of it here, posts. So it looks like here's the profile. So I'm going to copy this, head back over here. Here's the little Facebook icon and section, paste it in and click save, close. I'll move my little cursor here. So now you can see the Facebook page is linked, right? So now you get phone number, Facebook page, address, great. Now let's see, order online is the default here. Let's see if they do offer any order online options. So I don't know that they've really maximized that. So Google business profiles, a lot of times for restaurants, you'll see like an order online option. I don't see that, even though it does say that they do delivery. So they may not offer like an actual online ordering. Let's click on this thing here that says menu. Let's see what this does. All right, so this is just, it's not secure, unfortunately. The good news is the Mighty Sites platform is all secure. That is included in that $9 a month. You have the secure certificate that connects to your site, whether you use a Mighty Sites domain or your own custom domain. All right, so it doesn't look like you can actually order from this, but this is their menu. So I'm actually going to go back over here. And again, you know, this is why we're putting a website together for this business, because there's not, it's a little confusing as to if you're just think if you're a customer, you know, let's just say, well, they offer delivery. How do I order online? And it doesn't seem that you can, or that's clear. So maybe you have to call, but these are the types of things that you'd clarify on your website. So I just copied the menu. So let's go over here to update section. And let's actually, instead of order online, let's choose PDF file. Oh, not a PDF file, sorry, a link. We're going to link to another website. That's where they have their menu. So I'm going to confirm and save, and let's change that to view our menu. So let's save that and close. So now if I click on this, you'll see it opens up their menu for them here. So that's now linked, and I'm going to do the same thing up here with the menu and the nav. It looks like that's where we should guide people. So I'm going to menu, choose a link, links to another website, confirm, update, save the menu, close. So now that links to the menu. And then there's one other place, view our menu. Again, call to actions, that's the main thing. If you have order online, you may want to send people to that, but really you know, many people are going to be on here, they're going to be interested in finding your menu link. So you want to make that really obvious. That's why it's in a few places here. So you can see view our menu, and then the menu and the nav. Now, again, if you have online ordering too, and that's a part of your business, that's where you kind of swap some of these call to actions out with a link to your online ordering instead of your menu. And then if your menu is just a PDF, which is pretty common, I'll show you that right here. I would just go to this update section, and instead of linking someplace else, I just upload a PDF file, and then that would load my menu to the system. So then my menu is going to live right here, and when people click on this, they actually can, you know, view or download the PDF of the menu. So that gives them a chance to have the menu in that way. Okay, let's see if they have a logo. I think they did. All right, so here's a logo. Let's check this out. So it's always a good idea to add your logo to your website too. Restaurant logo. So I'm just going to save this from Facebook. I'm going to come over here and let's update this section and update the logo. So I'm just going to browse on my computer. Here's the logo for this restaurant. So I'm just going to click save once it's loaded, and here it is right here. Now I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. or I can just close. If I like the look of that, I can leave it as is. Now I'm going to actually make a few edits to this logo. So I'm going to click here on this little pencil icon. I'm going to crop it down. I wish that the logo didn't have that gray background. I think it looked nicer if it kind of had just a white background. So maybe they have a version of that, but we can just work with what I have here. The owner would probably have a different version, but I'm just going to crop it using those tools, and then save the new version. Yeah, so that just kind of makes it a little bigger. And then if you want to make any edits to this too, there are a ton of different tools in here where you can go in and you can annotate, add a frame, resize. There are a ton of editing tools for images, logos, things like that that are already built into the system to just make things really easy for you as you're trying to edit your logo or any video, photos or things like that you've added to the site. So I'm going to save that now, and then I'm going to close this. I think that looks pretty solid. Maybe I'd make it a little bit bigger, and then save the logo, close. So now the logo is on the website. So let's see, this is kind of by default the main call to action and subheader, but perhaps there's something that you feel is more appropriate for your business. So again, let's look at this business and kind of see. We don't have a website to go off of, but let's see if they, okay, it doesn't look like they've added much to their profile. So there's not really an about section. Obviously, there's no website link, anything like that. Let's see if there's anything more on Facebook. So it says Northern Italian Grill. Just see delicious food and a fun atmosphere. Let's just see if they have any copy here that would make sense to add. It says Italian restaurant. That could be, maybe we could, you could also write in the name of the business here if you want to do something like that. I think that Northern Italian Grill is something that they are pretty consistent with trying to market. So let's go in here and say Northern Italian Grill. Okay, so let's save that. So might be nice to really spice that up a little bit with something more. So I'm just going to try and be a little creative here. Let's just say delicious, right? Delicious Northern Italian Grill, right? So that's a little bit more. And then eat, drink, chill. We don't see anything here in terms of the way that they really talk about themselves. So that might be a little challenging. So I think we'll probably have to leave it at that for now. So let's leave it at delicious Northern Italian Grill. Eat, drink, and chill. That probably isn't the best slogan for this. I'm just looking, it looks like they're kind of, let's see what their reviews say. Great food and a comfortable atmosphere. Never disappoints. Freshly made Italian food. All right, so I like this. The best freshly made Italian food in Oneonta. So there we go. That's a little bit better. Delicious Northern, and then let's say the best freshly made Italian food. Just capitalizing all of these. You don't have to. I just think that would look nice. There we go. Delicious Northern Italian Grill, the best freshly made Italian food in Oneonta. I think that's a little bit sharper. That's a great message for people to see when they first land on the website. So there we go. Now for this background image, there's one by default, but I don't know if this is appropriate. It does look like people drinking wine and that sort of thing. But again, we can look at the business and just say, okay, do we like these default images, or is there something else we'd rather go with? So let's just look through their Google business profile, see what people have uploaded, because I don't think this business has uploaded many of their own, maybe some of them. Let's just see, Vibe. That's a pretty nice picture too. That gives you a good sense of what it's like in there. So let's just go over here. Let's see where we might like that. I mean, I kind of like that photo for this section. It might be a really nice photo that does justice to the environment that's available here. It looks pretty big too. Let's move me out of the way. And I'm going to actually just take a screenshot of this. So let's wait a sec for that to go away. There we go. Now let's get a nice screenshot of this. This really showcases the environment. Okay. So there is the image. Now let's file to open that screenshot. And I like to export these so they're a little bit easier to JPEG format. So let's just say restaurant inside photo. I change it to JPEG format so it's a little bit faster loading, just kind of better for the web. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to update this section. I'm going to browse on here and then let's upload this photo. Give it a chance to upload, save, close. There we go. So that's pretty nice. So now we're actually seeing a photo from inside that restaurant, and I think that looks pretty sharp. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if there's another photo of this restaurant that we feel like we could use. This says see the outside. So again, this is why they should definitely keep their things up to date online, because if I'm a customer, potential customer, that's a laundromat. So I can't actually see this. Let's see if I can figure this out just by I wasn't sure if it'd be on the front here. No, I mean, not that where I can tell. So I'm not really sure where this restaurant is, unfortunately. So if I was a customer trying to find them, these are the things that make it really tough if things aren't kept up to date. So let's go over to Facebook. Let's go to their Facebook photos and scroll through, see if we can find any other nice photos. Okay, these looks like these are all of the photos. So there's not many photos here either, unfortunately. All right. So, and I do think that's just like a stock photo here, but we don't know. So let's go check this out over here. All right. So we've got a view from the interior. This obviously, that's not really what the restaurant looks like. So if your restaurant looks like that, you can use that default photo, but there's only one vibe. The outside is of a laundromat. So let's go over here and look for, these are all pictures. This is a pretty nice one. All right, so this is probably the best bet in terms of being able to see the restaurant. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this one too, and then we'll see how we can use this, and then maybe we'll use some pictures of the food in the other places. So let's go over here and let's take a nice screenshot of this. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my files, and I think this was the one I just did. And again, I'm going to convert this to a JPEG. So export, and then restaurant inside. Let's export that to a JPEG. And then I'll go back over here and let's use that for the main image. So I'm going to update section. I'm going to browse right here and let's go restaurant inside. There we go. Let's open this up and click save. Now, see if we want to make any edits. Oh, I think that looks okay. The way it is. Save, close. Now I might need to refresh. There we go. So if you have anything like that, you just refresh. So if you're just waiting for something to load. So now I actually like that. I think it gives you a better sense. You can see that this website very quickly is starting to look exactly as this actual restaurant. So now even with limited things here, right? We're working with very limited information online about this business. Seems like a really great business. But there's not much here for us to go off of. So now we've got a nice kind of interior. So that's great. Gives people a good expectation. Here's another nice picture of the restaurant, of the inside, of people actually there. So now it's really starting to look like this Italian restaurant. So this is probably the last one where, again, this doesn't look like Italian food to me. So let's go in here and change this. Let's see. We're going to have to go after these Google business profile photos. I think this looks delicious. That's probably a good one. A lot of this food does really look really great. So let's go Northern Italian, kind of known for some of the seafood aspects. I think this could be a really nice picture. Just scroll through. I didn't know if there was another photo that might make sense. All right. So probably going to need to go with a picture of the food, right? Because we Could do the wine list, but that probably isn't going to be that helpful. Okay, so one of the picture of the food. So it's really just whichever one we think is appetizing and impressive, and probably, you know, try to go with something that looks clear too. So just kind of looking through to see if I can find what's the clearest image. All right, let's go with this. So I'm gonna do the same thing, take one last screenshot here. Okay, so let's go through, take a screenshot. There we go. And I'll do the same thing. I'm going to edit that screenshot and export it as a PDF. Or excuse me, export as a JPEG. So restaurant food, just name it something so it's easy for me to find. And now let's go back and update this section, browse, and restaurant food, insert that photo. Now I click save, and there we go. Now there's a nice picture of their actual food there too. So if I want to, of course, just like the other photos, I can go in here and I can crop this image, maybe make it a little wider, smaller, you know, whatever it is here that I want. I can even zoom in or out, can rotate it, you know, so any of these things that I want to do to edit my photo, you know, become really easy to do here using the system too. So I think once we're there, I think that's pretty good. You know, nice picture of the food here. So I'm comfortable with that. Let it load and then click save and close. And so now here's a nice image of the dish. So family restaurant, again, we know this is a Northern Italian grill. So let's, and again, here's the really nice spot. I'm just starting to look at the copy. So Mighty Sites automatically writes the copy for you based on the information that you gave them. So you can see we are a local restaurant located in the heart of Oneonta. So even off of very basic information, it's able to write a section for you. So I think that's good. We don't know much about them. Let's go in and see if they took the time to write anything about themselves, even for Facebook. I know there's nothing on, okay, so there's nothing here on Facebook either. So we're going to have to go with the basic information, but again, that's what makes Mighty Sites so nice, is that if I go into update section here, I can write anything about this local restaurant that I know about it, right? So I'm going to leave this copy as is, but this is a really easy website editor. So you can, if I was to change something here, you can just see Northern Italian grill. So if I wanted to type that out, I could do that right there too, which is super easy to do. And you can just save and see exactly what edits you're making at the time too. All right, so we've got a pretty simple, nice website here going for them. Let's go over and just see if there's any colors that we'd prefer. So I can change the colors to any of these. So there are all sorts of pre-made color sets in here. So you can find one just depending on your type of local business or your type of restaurant. Find one that, you know, a theme that you really feel fits your restaurant colors. So it just depends on your logos and your style. You know, this one is probably seems like kind of a more high-end restaurant experience with this Northern Italian grill. So I'm just looking, you know, I just see black and white as their main colors. So because of that, I'm actually going to, let's just find a black and white template here. Yeah, let me save that. So now, you know, their logo is just kind of black and white. That's kind of the vibe I saw from other things. So I think the black and white is probably a good option for this business. So I just kind of chose black and white. I'm going to scroll through, see how that looks. Yeah, I think that gives it a nice kind of more elegant look that fits this restaurant type. So one of the other things that you can do that is sometimes helpful, especially if there's not much other content that you have, or if you just aren't a big writer, I can go in here and I can look at some of these reviews, and let's just see if we find, wow, an absolute gem, top level Italian food with plenty of twists. Our server is Nick. He was excellent right from the greeting. Our food was positively delicious. If you're in the area or traveling through like us, make sure you take time to stop by. So I think that's pretty great. So I like to, you can always add a review one of your Google reviews to your website. That's always nice. So I'm gonna actually just paste that in. And I think the person who said it, their name was Glenn P, it said. So I'm just going to put Glenn P. And I'm going to go through here, just kind of remove anything that's there. And so now you can see that there's a nice little testimonial there included as well. And then if you want to make it, italicized or something like that to stand out, you can do that too. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So you can add one or two of those, maybe up to three if you want. And then, if you want to put a little like kind of header above it, read our online reviews, because people like to read reviews, especially when they're choosing a restaurant. So you can kind of just bring that right to them. So if they just found your website first, you can kind of guide them to find your reviews. So I might go like this, save, and then you could even link over to your Google reviews too. So I may not feel the need to actually put that in there for this. I'm going to delete it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory when it's in italics and there's a person's name that this is, a review. But that's just one other type of content if you're struggling to find things to add that is really valuable and helps people understand a little bit more about your local restaurant, is adding reviews from other people who have written online reviews about you. And you can just copy and paste them in like that. So just like that, we've created a simple professional website for a local restaurant. And so if you are looking to build a website for your restaurant, you can now, I can stop editing and I can see this. It's a really nice website. If I go over here, I can go to the site dashboard and I can connect a custom domain, or I can update my hours, my social media. If I need help from Mighty Sites, I can just click right here on chat and begin chatting with them for support. I can go right back here to update my website at any point that I want to. And then I can connect a custom domain too. So if I have a domain from GoDaddy, Google Domains, or domain.com, any of those providers, I can connect it right here to my site. So just like that, it's really easy to manage. It's only $9 a month. And that's how you can build a website for your restaurant using Mighty Sites.